After Spider-Man No Way Home and the gigantic multiverse story, everything seems possible. Many people want to see Andrew Garfield as the Amazing Spider-Man again, which is why the question of a possible third part with him in the lead role is not too far-fetched. In a conversation with Variety, the 38-year-old talked about exactly this scenario and, as expected, directly gave the all-clear. Of course, he also knows that his credibility has suffered somewhat since his last appearance, but he is still telling the truth. He also responded to a social media trend whose content is possible, The Amazing Spider-Man 3. However, Garfield left open whether his cancellation also included an appearance in a supporting role with Tom Holland. Either way, we'll be hearing a lot more about the friendly spider from the neighborhood in the future. After all, there are still 3 movies with Tom Holland in development. The news that Jason Momoa will play a role in Fast and Furious 10 surprised many fans around the world. After numerous speculations about the then still unknown role, we now finally know in which direction his character will go. As he himself confirmed to Entertainment Tonight, he will become an extremely flamboyant villain. He himself said it would be fun to play the bad guy again after a long time. Sounds interesting. We'll definitely keep you posted on more news about the new edition. Production on Fast and Furious 10 is scheduled to start this spring, with the movie expected to be released on May 19th, 2023. When Netflix released a trailer for a movie called Cliff Beast 6: The Battle for Everest last Wednesday, many were initially at a loss as to what this trash movie was all about. It quickly became clear that Cliff Beast 6 was not the 6th part of a mysterious movie series, but a promo for Netflix's new movie The Bubble. This adventure comedy starring stars like Pedro Pascal, Karen Gillian, David Duchovny, Leslie Mann, and Maria Bakalova revolves around a group of actors stuck in a hotel during the pandemic. There really isn't much boredom, however, because they are working together on Cliff Beast 6, the 6th part of a fictional movie series about dinosaurs. In fact, the movie is obviously based on the upcoming Jurassic World 3, even though there is no official mention of it. Behind the project is director Judd Apatow, who is not known for action-heavy adventure movies like Jurassic World and the like, but rather for romantic comedies like Trainwreck. We're curious to see how Apatow's comedy will be received by viewers, and ironically are looking forward to April 1st, 2022, when the movie is scheduled to be released on Netflix. Disney is currently working at full speed on a new superhero series about the Iron Man successor Ironheart. Filming is scheduled to start in April, and recently there was new information about the cast. In addition to leading actress Dominique Thorne, we will also see Lyric Ross and Anthony Ramos in new roles. Ramos, who also stars in Transformers 7: Rise of the Beasts, will have a key role in the Disney Plus series. What exactly his closely guarded role will look like can only be guessed at the moment. However, it is said to be indeed a character that will be of great importance in the upcoming MCU movies and series. The role of 18-year-old actress colleague Lyric Ross is not known, but The Hollywood Reporter suspects that she plays the best friend of protagonist Riri Williams. The series revolves around the life of young Riri Williams, who's a similarly ingenious tinkerer to the late Tony Stark. Just like her predecessor, the introverted Riri builds her own Iron Man suit while enrolled at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. Unfortunately, the Ironheart series doesn't have a start date yet. However, a first glimpse of leading actress Dominique Thorne will be available in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever on November 11th, 2022. For many years, it has been clear that in some way a 5th Indiana Jones movie will be released. Then, last Sunday, producer Frank Marshall released a picture of a cap with the word Indy on it, announcing the completion of the lengthy filming process. After 3 extremely highly regarded Indiana Jones movies, as well as the more or less revolved Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, expectations for the late sequel are high. The production had to contend with many problems, including the unplanned search for a new director, the restrictions imposed by the pandemic, and ambiguities in writing the script. This in turn led to a total of 4 postponed start dates, which may not have caused much enthusiasm among fans either. Unfortunately, nothing is yet known about this story, but there have been rumors of a new Nazi storyline. Time travel is also rumored to play a role. We know a lot more about the cast of Indiana Jones 5. In addition to 79-year-old leading man Harrison Ford, we will also be able to see Mads Mikkelsen, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Antonio Banderas, and Boyd Holbrook in yet unknown roles on the big screen. Directing as well as a feature screenwriter was James Mangold, who co-wrote the current script with Jez and John Henry Butterworth. Indiana Jones 5 is expected to be released in the US on June 30th, 2023. The production of the comic adaptation Kraven the Hunter seems to be progressing well, as it was recently announced that a new actress has joined the cast. It is West Side Story star Ariana DeBose who won a Golden Globe this year for her role as Anita. She's now to play an ally of the main character Kraven the Hunter. She goes by the name Calypso. In the original comics, Calypso is the declared enemy of Spider-Man and Co. and stands by Kraven as a close ally. She is the one who made his superpowers possible in the first place, and some even suggest that she will have a love affair with Kraven in the movie. The voodoo priestess' particular strength lie in brewing her potions, which always give the consumers superhuman powers. In Kraven's case, this is mainly his extraordinary strength, speed, and slow aging process. The cast also includes Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven, Russell Crowe as Kraven's father, and Fred Heshinger as Dmitry Smetyakov, better known as Chameleon. The latter, by the way, is also Kraven's half-brother, and together they have a lot of fun making Spider-Man's life miserable. Kraven the Hunter will be released in the US on January 13th, 2023. 27 years ago, Sony Computer Entertainment released the first spin-off of the Twisted Metal series, which is a mixture of a shooter and a racing game. After a movie adaptation announced in 2012 never appeared, Sony decided to pack the story into a series at the beginning of 2019. Filming has so far failed to materialize, but it has now been announced that streaming service Peacock has secured the rights and will air the series. In the role, we see Sam Wilson actor Anthony Mackie, who portrays John Doe, who suffers from amnesia. John Doe is a talkative milkman who delivers a mysterious package in dangerous post-apocalyptic lands and has to face off against less friendly fellows along the way. According to officials, Twisted Metal is said to be an adrenaline-fueled comedy series. The plot is based on the well-known PlayStation games and is conceived by the two Deadpool writers Red Reese and Paul Wernick. Incidentally, among the countless enemies John Doe will have to face is a clown who drives a familiar ice cream truck and should look familiar to fans of the franchise. It is not yet known when exactly the Twisted Metal series will be released. Slowly but surely, Disney has moved most of its movies and series to its own streaming service, Disney+. Not yet included are various series about Marvel characters that have appeared on Netflix in recent years. Included are The Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which will be available on Disney+ starting March 16th. For now, however, this arrangement only affects the US, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. In the rest of the world, it will not be until later in the year. The question of whether the series will then also be part of the MCU canon remains exciting. There has been no official statement on this yet. We hope you enjoyed our news this week. Make sure to check out our latest original on a possible Young Avengers movie. There we present you all the characters that could appear, as well as possible storylines from the comic books. We also recommend the first trailer for the new action movie Bullet Train with Brad Pitt.